This is the first public announcement, or rather even the first announcement stating that Indonesians in Indonesia have tested positive for COVID-19. So far, we have had Indonesian citizens who have tested positive, but they have tested positive outside of the country.
At the end of 2019, the world was shocked by the outbreak of new pneumonia that started in Wuhan, Hubei province, which then spread rapidly to more than 190 countries and territories. This outbreak is named Coronavirus Disease 2019 or called COVID-19.
This virus is very dangerous with a very fast spread and makes people worried. Directions from the government for social distancing and stay home were also confirmed to the community.
The learning system that initially met face-to-face, met classmates, greeted each other, then suddenly changed. The education system has started to change to via online. Sudden change in situation like this sometimes make the learning process less than optimal. Learning meet face-to-face replaced by learning via Zoom.
Changes in the learning system make most students feel difficult, especially for those who do not have a mobile device and do not have network access. Difficulty working in groups because of different locations and long distances from other friends, especially with our friends who has poor network access, making the communication become abstracted.
The case of COVID-19, which is a global pandemic, has raised concerns from various groups, especially traders in traditional markets. Traders are increasingly concerned about seeing the number of positive cases of COVID-19 spike every day.
Lack of time with extended family due to the absence of homecoming to minimize the spread of the virus, because going home has a big risk of spreading the virus in a place that was initially still a green zone during January.
There are many things that change during pandemic, but it doesn't have to make us just accept the situation. Adhering to health protocol is one way to end this pandemic, and we can return to normal activities.
Online learning, because actually studying during this pandemic was very good. We don't need to go to campus to study, and assignments or exams that are given are also online. And there's a great opportunity for us to cheating without getting caught. Just kidding.
Maybe for now I prefer online because the first one, in my opinion, is practical and flexible without having to travel and save more time. Then can quite a learning experience that is fun and of course more interesting. For example, various media format, be it photo, video, or audio.
Personally, I prefer online. However, in a pandemic situation like this, it really requires us to do learning from home. Also, sometimes many think that online learning is less effective, even though this depends on how we receive the material so that it's easy for us to understand.
Honestly, I actually prefer to be online. Why? Because we can go to college wherever we are. We can explore friends, collect assignments. Don't need to be tired of going to campus because send assignments can be via WhatsApp, email, Spada, and other online media. It's just that online lectures are not effective. Sometimes the material conveyed by the lecturers is poorly understood.
Um, Basically, I can't choose one of them because sometimes my choices change. Sometimes I just want to go back to learn offline, but sometimes I just want to learn online because I'm comfortable with the situation. But if forced to choose, I would choose offline learning because it is easier to receive lessons directly by lecturers than online, which have to rely on the network access.
In my opinion, because of the current pandemic, the online learning method is the best alternative that we can use at this time. However, we all also realize that learning in offline or face to face classes is still more effective. This online method is considered not to give good results because the learning process only seems to run in one direction, and students also find it difficult to understand the learning material.
I think there are many things that I missed before this pandemic, which we cannot do anymore because they were blocked by the COVID-19. When asked about what I miss, I think a lot like hangouts, group work together with friends, watching movies, big family gathering, and going to the beach, for example, and many others activities.
Um, I miss, of course, hang out with my friends and the people close to me without having to keep a distance, and I miss shaking hands and hugging them.
What I miss? Ah, return to the village to meet my big family. Because for about 3 years, I never went to the village again because this pandemic. And what's worse, when my grandmother died, I couldn't visit her for the last time until this time. I really miss my nanny.
Coronavirus in the midst of the current pandemic. Many moments are missed. For example, this year's fasting months will not be the same as in previous year. The most awaited moments when the month of Ramadan are full is the iftar event together. This moment is usually used as a good time to recount with distant relatives, reunite with other school friends, or hang out to eat together with vice friends. However, congratulations during the COVID-19 session, the iftar agenda had to be cancelled, remembering the government's appeal not to leave the house and to head gatherings, which were welcomed by many people.
Oh, I think many things change in the pandemic like this. Changing learning systems, social distancing, wearing masks everywhere. I feel like I miss the situation before the pandemic, such as studying online, meeting friends without feeling alert, and being free to go to a place without wearing a mask.
There are many things we can do to make this pandemic end quickly. For example, 1. If you leave the house, you have to wear a mask. 2. Diligently wash your hands and don't forget to always bring a hand sanitizer. 3. Always remember to keep a distance of 1 until 2 meters when you are with other people. Last, Always maintain the immune system with a healthy lifestyle.
If we want this pandemic to end soon, I think we as a society must comply with health protocols, follow government recommendations as a set out, such as wear masks, using hand sanitizer, and diligently washing our hands.
It's already been a year. There is no sign that the COVID-19 pandemic is coming to an end. One of the ways that can be achieved to end the pandemic is first, namely consuming healthy foods and vitamins to boost immunity. Second, by allowing a population to be exposed to its own virus so that natural immunity occurs. The most important thing, in my opinion, is that we all have to follow the health protocols required by the governments. Keep our distance and don't forget to wear masks.
Avoid gatherings outside the home, stay home if you feel sick, avoid crowded places and wear a mask and keep your distance.
Adhere to health protocols.